Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear learners. I welcome you to English Grade 6 video lessons. I'm your instructor Zia Hamid. I hope that you're doing well and enjoying good health. My dear learners, we are dealing with unit number 1 titled Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's Patience. This will be our lecture number 2 from the competency of grammar, and the topic is types of noun. So let's get started by reading our students' learning outcome for this video lesson. It says, use the types of nouns like common, proper, collective, concrete and abstract nouns. So we will be using these nouns, and let's break it down further. We will deal with common noun, proper noun, collective, concrete and abstract noun. I hope that you are already familiar with these types of nouns. So let's explore them further in our video lesson. My dear learners, here is a link of this SLO with the previous one. It will remind you and make you recall the concepts learned already. Here, in that one, we demonstrate the use of more complex common or proper nouns, countable, uncountable nouns, collective and abstract nouns. Some things are being repeated in this video lesson. So let's dive into our lecture. So we have a verse from Surah Hujurat, verse 13. Let's read it together. It says, "O humanity, indeed we created you from a male and a female and made you into peoples and tribes so that you may get to know one another." MashaAllah, this is a very good verse from the Quran. So we have highlighted some nouns for you. Can you pause the video, read them and recognize that what type of noun is mentioned? I hope that you found it very interesting and you got the right answers. Now let's begin by our brainstorming activity. In that one, we have two sentences. The curious cat chased after a bright ball, leaping gracefully over the fence. Or the teacher assigned the students' class an interesting project which required a lot of creativity and teamwork. Can you spot as many nouns as you can, be it abstract noun, common, proper, concrete or collective? So for your brainstorming activity, you will read these sentences and spot the nouns mentioned and also label them. What type of noun is the one that you found? My dear learners, now let's recall our concept of noun. The definition is already. So nouns are one of the most important types of words in the English language. It indicates people, places, things, objects or concepts. So noun is the name of any person, place, be it living or non-living, anything that you can think of which has a name is noun. And then we have further different types. So they help us to produce logical sentences. If we are not careful about using the right noun at the right time, at the right place, then we will be misunderstood. My dear learners, let's see some kinds of nouns in this video lesson. Common and proper nouns. We have concrete and abstract nouns, countable and uncountable nouns, and collective nouns. Let's begin with common nouns. As suggested by the name, common nouns are general names and they are not capitalized. You don't capitalize the first letter of a common noun. Here are some common nouns, and now let's see proper nouns. So proper nouns are specific names, and they do require capitalization. The first letter, the first alphabet has to have has to be capital, and proper nouns are not unlike common nouns. They are specific name of any person, place, or thing. So and also it will be capitalized. Here are some examples of proper nouns for you. Let's see countable nouns. The countable nouns are individual people, animals, places, or things which can be counted. They are called countable nouns because we can count them. So, for example, let's see. We can count the number of apples, cake, and these other examples. So they can be counted. 5 apples, 4 grapes, and etc. Unlike uncountable nouns, they are not individual objects and they cannot be counted. How? Let's see. Here are some examples. Water. Can you count water? No, you can only count the bottle of water available. So if we talk about water, it's uncountable. Similarly, milk, flour, beans, sugar, salt, all these things cannot be counted individually like countable nouns. So let's see our next nouns, concrete and abstract nouns. So a concrete noun is a thing we can touch or see, like dates, a barbarian, or a Jew. It's not an idea, it is something real. Whereas abstract nouns represent ideas and things you cannot perceive through the 5 main senses. Words like love, science, beauty, and patience are all abstract nouns. You cannot see them with your eyes, you cannot hear them, but they can be felt. They are ideas, they are in your mind, they are intangible, they cannot be touched. So concrete nouns, on the other hand, are nouns that we can perceive through our 5 senses. We can touch, taste, smell, see, or hear them. So this is the basic difference between a concrete and an abstract noun. Now let's see that we have already seen abstract nouns. Here are some examples also. So let's go to collective nouns. So a collective noun denotes a group of individuals, things, or animals as a single unit. For example, a bouquet of flowers. So a bouquet is having so many different flowers. It is treated as a single unit, hence it will be called a collective noun. A band of singers. A band of singers or a group of singers is a group which has so many different singers. So this is also, band is also a collective noun. Patience over anger and more self-control in response to people's harshness. So here people is also, we are talking about a collective noun. Now my dear learners, let's see some more examples. And now it's time for an interesting activity. Here, if you see on your page number 3, we have an activity for practice. Students list down the common nouns of their own choice and turn them into proper nouns. For example, Nabi becomes Nabi Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a common noun and this is a specific prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we are talking about. And also, mountain will become Mount Everest or any other mountain that we can think of, we can name. So next, write down 10 proper nouns and turn them into common nouns. For example, Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu becomes companion. A companion can be any companion of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but when we are naming some specific one specific companion, then that will be a proper noun. Here also we have another activity. You have to complete each sentences by using correct collective nouns from the word bank given here. So now let's see another one. You have to label each word below as a concrete noun or abstract noun, then write a sentence with each word. Spaces are given, you can write them easily in your book. So also you will use the given collective nouns in the word bank in your sentences. So my dear learners and my fellow teachers, we have a worksheet attached in the resources. It comes with other resources as well. You can find it in the description of the video. For homework, we have a question. Write a short paragraph using common and proper nouns. Can you do it easily? I think yes, you can do it because you are already familiar with the usage of common and proper nouns. Secondly, we have find more abstract and concrete nouns from your lesson and use in your sentences. You will read the text of the lesson and find abstract nouns, abstract and concrete nouns. So finally, we are at the end of our resources. We have resources like worksheet, presentation, a lesson plan, a question bank, and also finally a skill sheet attached in the description of the video. I hope that you had great time learning about the kind of nouns that we learned and how we can use them in both our spoken and in written format or form of communication. Until the next video, Assalamu alaikum and Allah Hafiz.